So Nintendo Switch is now at 79.87 million units. That puts it ahead of Nintendo 3DS. It is definitely on its way to hitting 100 million total. Unit sales. No, this doesn't have a breakdown of the actual games. Do they have, yeah, there's consoles. So, financial highlights, top selling tail units. Let's take a look at all these. Okay, here we go. Arcade Deluxe. Animal Crossing New Horizons is in second place now. Arcade Deluxe is still ahead, but Animal Crossing might pass it. It really might. Smash Ultimate, 22 million. Breath of the Wild, 21 million. This will probably hit 22 million as well. Sorry, Smash Ultimate is almost 23 million. Breath of the Wild is almost 22 million. Pokemon Sword and Shield is at 20 million. Mario Odyssey is at 20 million. Super Mario Party, 13 million. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, 13 million. Splatoon 2, 12 million. Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe at 10 million. So these are their top 10 right now. But they also have other updates, which I need to find. Is this it? 9 months earning. Net sales. I'm looking for the breakdown of because they usually have a breakdown where they show all the games that have sold over 1 million in the current fiscal year. This is not the document though. Super Mario 3 All Stars 8.32 million. Okay, this might be the document. Okay, it's first price sell through 16.2 million. Okay, there's gotta be a full breakdown somewhere. Let's keep looking. Here it is. Okay, million seller Nintendo first party titles. So this is all titles that sold at least 1 million units in the current fiscal year. So keep in mind that other titles from past years may not be on here. That doesn't mean they haven't sold more than 1 million. It's just they only report what sold that much in the current fiscal year. That's actually shipped, because they always report shipped. So here's an interesting one. I saw it before. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. This title is likely to be sold as a Nintendo product overseas. So, no numbers for Japan. No numbers for Japan. 2.8 million outside of Japan. So it's easily over 3 million as is. I don't know how much it would have sold in Japan itself. I don't think it's over 1 million in Japan, but hard to say. It's at least over 3 million for sure. Total. But we won't hear from Tecmo Koei unless if we get numbers from them. But outside Japan, 2.84 million. And this could easily pass by the end of the fiscal year. Especially if they announce DLC like in a coming direct. This could easily push numbers up even higher. Okay, so let's take a look at what's sold 1 million this year. The usual ones you see are like Super Mario Odyssey, Breath of the Wild, Smash Ultimate. These ones always hit that goal each year, but they also appear, of course, as long as they're in the top 10 for the current year. But let's go for each one. Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, 1.08 million. Actually, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee also sold 1.03 million. That's interesting. That's a million copies this fiscal year. Okay, so Super Mario Maker 2 sold 1.43 million. That pushed it up again because I'm pretty sure this was not on the previous listing. So it's now at 1.43 million. I believe this does include digital too, so a lot of people could have been downloading it digitally. That puts it up to 6.9 million total. It'll probably pass 7 million for sure. Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition is at 1.4 million, 1.48 million. That's pretty high. It's not. It might pass Xenoblade Chronicles 2, but I think Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is currently at 2 million. Splatoon 2 sold 1.7 million, 1.77 million this year. Of course, it's over 10 million. It's almost 12 million. Pikmin 3 Deluxe. This is a really big one too. Pikmin 3 Deluxe. 1.94 million. It's already the best-selling Pikmin game. It's already the best-selling Pikmin game. Clubhouse Games, this Okay, this did come this year. 2.62 million. That's pretty good. Luigi's Mansion 3, 930. Luigi's Mansion 3 has sold 2.81 million units this fiscal year, putting up to 9.13 million units. It's almost a 10 million seller. From what people have been saying, that's actually bigger than most Zelda games prior to Breath of the Wild. So Luigi's Mansion 3 is doing incredibly well, which is, it's not shocking to me. It's doing a lot better than I expected. I was thinking for sure it's going to hit at least 5 million, guaranteed, but it's doing incredibly well. Super Mario Odyssey sold 2.81 million this fiscal year. Sword and Shield sold 2.98 million this fiscal year, putting up to over 20 million, of course. The Origami King, 3.05 million. This game, I'm pretty sure, is now the best-selling Paper Mario game of all time. Yeah, all these ones are the usual ones, except for Ring Fit Adventure, actually. Holy crap! 5.95 million units this fiscal year, putting up to 8.68 million. Wow. Okay, and this was new too. 8.32 million for Super Mario 3's All-Stars. That's not surprising, but it's you know, it is what it is. 8.32 million for Super Mario 3 All-Stars. So that is it for this roundup of the current million seller first party titles. Unfortunately, nothing like DK or Kirby Star Allies show up here. So there's one more chance to get that, but if it can't even make it this year, they probably won't make it again. But of course, we'll still get those numbers when the CESA white papers come out. When that happens, we'll get updated numbers in those games, and I know that DK is over 3 million now. Kirby Star Allies over 3 million, so those are doing pretty good too. Unfortunately, they won't get updates this fiscal year, more than likely. And now there's some new interesting updates on another aspect of Nintendo. Twitter user Oatmeal Dome says, NEX is at least 18 years old by now, so it's dated. You might be surprised to hear that the Splatoon 2 version that has an unused function to check to see if it's running on Windows 98. Nintendo will replace the multiplayer service system that has been using for almost 2 decades. Nintendo is replacing NEX, their multiplayer service system, after 18 years of use, and chooses a new NPLN system with Monster Hunter Rise being the first game to support it. So that's why all these games are dropping in March. It's because they're putting up a new online server system. Nintendo's preparing a big multiplayer overhaul, probably for games development in 2020. Every task currently taken by NEX is going to be switched over to NPLN. It's creating a preview phase, and Monster Hunter Dim was a way to test how it worked under load. Switch Online. Nintendo's placed its multiplayer server system, NEX, using most, if not all, their online games since 3DS Wii U, with a new system called NPLN. The Monster Hunter Rise Dim was the first game to use this in public. So with all this information, there's going to be an interesting update here on Nintendo Switch Online. You might actually start seeing improvements in the online capabilities because Nintendo's actually updating their systems now. So that could be interesting. Hard to say if we'll see anything, if it'll be a huge improvement. I don't play online anyway, but if it is, that could save a lot of online games Nintendo has. And future games are going to start with it right away. Again, that's probably why they're starting. All these games are coming out that month. You almost think that we might get another multiplayer game from Nintendo, first by Nintendo that month too, which probably means we need to get a Nintendo Direct early this month. I don't know when Super Mario 3 World plus Bowser's Fury is coming out this month. I don't know if it's next week or whatever, but we might see a Direct before then. We'll have to see. But we could get one this week, but I doubt it. But of course, if it does come out, I'll be providing you the latest news and updates about Nintendo Switch, other gaming news, and provide my commentary on it. But until next time, this is JaidynReiman, signing out.